Inkanyamba and the Flute Maker. Let me tell you a story from the Kosa people in southern Africa, a tale about a shy young man, a mysterious river spirit, and a village learning to live in harmony with nature's wild side. This story takes us back many years long before big cities and fast roads, when life moved in rhythm with the land and water around it. Our story begins with the flute maker, a quiet, gentle man named Luyanda. He lived in a small village near a wide, twisting river known for its swirling currents and sudden floods. Luyanda wasn't like most of the villagers. While they were busy farming, trading, or celebrating, he spent his days carving reeds into delicate flutes. His fingers were steady, and his heart was soft, but he preferred the company of his music to the noise of crowds. Because of his quiet nature, many overlooked him. Yet his gift was about to change everything. Now, the river flowing through their home wasn't just any river. It was said to be guarded by Inkanyamba, a great whirl spirit with the body of a serpent and the power to stir the water into fierce storms. The villagers respected the river, but feared what could happen if Inkanyamba grew angry. In years past, floods had swept away crops and homes, washing away months of hard work in a single night. The elders would warn, don't go too close to the riverbanks when the winds rise, or the Inkanyamba will wake. One particular season, the rains came heavier than ever before. The river swelled, and the village's market, which had always been set up close to the water's edge, began to feel the threat. The river's roar grew louder, and with it, the people's worry. Some wanted to build walls or dams to hold the water back. Others whispered about leaving the village altogether. It was a time of tension, between holding on and letting go, between fear and hope. Luyanda, watching all this from the quiet corner of his workshop, felt a pull in his heart. He believed that fighting the river wouldn't work. Instead, maybe they could find peace with it. One evening, as the wind howled and the river churned, he took his flute, made from the tallest reeds, and walked down to the water's edge. He played a soft, shy melody, notes floating gentle and clear over the restless waves. The sound was so pure and calm that even the river seemed to pause, listening. The whirlpools slowed, the wild current softened, and the storm's anger began to fade. The villagers, hearing the music from afar, gathered by the riverbank, amazed to see the once shy flute maker standing bravely before the mighty Inkanyamba. From that night forward, a new understanding blossomed between the people and the river. They decided to move their market away from the most flood-prone banks, setting it on higher ground. It wasn't just a practical choice. It was a sign of respect for the river's power and a willingness to adapt rather than fight. Luyanda continued to play his flute during stormy nights, reminding everyone that even the strongest forces could be calmed by patience and kindness. The village thrived not by trying to control nature, but by listening and living with it. This story teaches us something important, doesn't it? Sometimes life brings risks and challenges like floods or storms in our own way. The easy answer might be to resist or ignore them. But what if, like Luyanda, we try to understand and adapt? What if we find harmony with the forces around us, even when they feel scary? Think about times when you face something uncertain, maybe starting a new school, moving to a new place, or dealing with a big change. It can feel like a storm inside. But like the shy flute maker, sometimes a gentle approach, a little patience, or a small change in how we do things can calm those storms. So next time you hear the wind or see the water swirling, remember the story of Inkanyamba and the flute maker. It's a reminder that courage isn't always loud or bold. Sometimes it's quiet, gentle, and full of hope.